this is what we've woken up to.
With you, everything's moving slower. I don't know what it is you do. I've been looking at you all night, trying to figure you out.
It's all fresh. So that's an active and well-used wombat hole. So they're in there for the night, or day, sorry, in there for the day, and they'll come out in the evening. And wombats. Okay, so this is our directional RFI antenna.
You set my wheels in motion. I'm going crazy for you. I feel like the ocean.
For those who haven't changed the toilet cassette, let me show you how quite simple it is. And for those who have, well, maybe you want to fast forward. I get that. But the channel does say RV Newbies.
I wanna kiss you before the sun goes down. It's what you...
We're not gonna fit.
It's not gonna go through, mate. It's not gonna go through. How am I gonna get around there?
No.
Come a little closer.
Good morning.
And good morning.
This weekend is the King's birthday long weekend, and where we're off to?
Yes, today's Thursday the 6th of June, and we're off to, well, we've spotted it on the internet.
Yes.
And several of our caravanning friends have been there.
Yes.
And that is
Paradise
Valley. So we've just now come to Pearcedale. We've loaded up, we've hitched Vanessa on, and we're about to head out. We're going to go through a couple of towns. We'll stop at some town and stop at a shopping centre and get some food. You know, we're off-grid.
Our provisions.
Yeah, our provisions, because we are off-grid. All right, so our next stop, we'll take a bit of footage on the road. We like doing that.
See you soon.
Yeah, look forward to it.
Come a little closer. I wanna dance with you. Everything's moving slower. I don't know what it is you do. I've been looking at you all night, trying to figure you out. I just wanna make you smile. Hold your hand in my hand, looking at the sunset. Man, you're looking good tonight. I wanna kiss you before the sun goes down. It's what you're doing, it's making me feel like I'm falling. And when you're moving, I can hear my calling. There's no one else here that I see but you. It's what you're doing, it's making me feel like I'm falling. Yeah, I'm falling in love. You set my wheels in motion. I'm going crazy for you. Eyes blue like the ocean. I can see you want this too. Cause you've been looking at me all night, trying to figure me out. I just wanna let you know. And I ain't playing no games, baby, you won't change. I only want you. I wanna kiss you before the sun goes down. It's what you're doing, it's making me feel like I'm falling. And when you're moving, I can hear my calling. There's no one else here that I see but...
And good morning. And it's the next morning, it's the next day. We got in a little bit late last night. We stopped for lunch and stopped for an afternoon tea. And by the time we got in, it was about, 5 o'clock or something. And it was dark like 20 to 6, 5:30, like it was pitch black. So by the time we set up, quick setup, a bit of tea, then we're into bed. But it's the next morning now, and this is what we've woken up to. So we've got the awning down, and that's pretty spectacular. So she's pretty wet, she's raining, she rained all last night, but just lovely. So we, like I was saying a bit earlier, we got in late last night, and by the time we set up, it was pitch black.
Yes.
Before 6 o'clock, pitch black, yes?
Actually, it was pitch black at about 20 past 5.
Oh, it's amazing. Amazing.
Yeah.
And anyway, so this is what we've woken up to again.
Oh, and the sound of the water is very soothing.
So we're just about to get some brekkie on.
Yes.
And then after brekkie, we'll go for a bit of a walk and have a look at the river and go have a bit of a look around the campsite, yeah?
Yes, I'd like to walk around the whole
Me too. Hopefully
circumference.
we're just in a bit of cloud and the rain will pass. The cloud will pass and it'll get brighter. And we'll go for a cracking walk. Some good bushwalks around here. Oh, how about captains at this? Can't see any livestock yet. They let us know that it's a working farm. They've got sheep and rams and such. And can't see any just yet. But they'll present themselves, I'm sure.
The rain has stopped.
Rain has stopped. And what we've discovered this morning, really good, they've got an off-leash dog area. So clearly they accommodate for travellers like us. Travellers, what are we, gypsies? For caravanners, RVers like us. And that's really accommodating.
Yeah.
So there, we're just over there. We haven't done a full setup yet. When we get back this morning, we're going to set up all the tables and chairs. But we're going to go for a bit of a walk. We're going to go on this road all the way to the end. We're not sure how long that's going to be. But along this road here. So just to let you know how it works, and here's a picture of the map. I think it's first in for best dressed because the lovely couple, the older couple.
Yes, we've got prime real estate.
Yeah,
as
said
well.
go where you want. And they said, have you got a big crowd? Are you coming with like lots of caravans? We said no. They recommended spot number 1, which in itself is a smaller spot and it's in isolation and it's some distance from the other spots because they said that this is the King's birthday weekend.
Yes.
And they said that there's going to be a lot of crowds here, some 400 people here over the long weekend. This is Friday morning, by the way, about 8:30 in the morning. So they said if you grab the first spot, no one will be within cooee of you. You won't be interrupted.
Yeah.
It'll be a nice, peaceful type of a weekend. So there we are there. And the spots are designated by those fire hoses. We'll see them as we go through a walk this morning. They are scattered.
And apparently as you go around that bend in the hidden area, they're quite close together.
Yes, yeah. So some of them are close together for the purposes of if you've got big crowds, and others, like us, are in the isolated spots. And we chose that. So
Who wouldn't?
yeah, we're feeling pretty good. Let's go for a walk. Look, the other thing is too, and they made it quite clear when we checked in last night, dogs are welcome, but they must be on leads at all times, except in the off-leash park. So that's why Henry's on his lead. We've got his ball, and he always comes back when we throw the ball, but hey, rules are rules, yeah? All right, hey, how about we have a bit of an overview of where we're about to walk. Let's send the drone up. Up she goes.
It's what you're doing that's making me feel like I'm falling. Yeah, I'm falling in love. Yeah, I'm falling in I wanna kiss you before the sun goes down. I wanna kiss you before the sun goes down. It's what you're doing, making me feel like I'm falling. And when you're moving, I can hear my calling. There's no one else here that I see but you. It's what you're doing that's making me feel like I'm falling. Yeah, I'm falling in love. 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 what you're doing is making me feel.
Okay, so I'll just give you a bit of a look at the fire hose reels and water situation. When we spoke to the owners when we came in, they said essentially you camp next to where the fire pits are. There's a fire pit there, for example, and there's fire pits all in the distance. But you're allowed to fill up your water from the hose reel, not using the hose reel. There's a hose reel there, but just below you can see there's a tap there. They're all new taps. And we didn't come here with water yesterday because we were told by our good friend Nick, who's been here before, Nick and Susie actually, that you can fill up water when you get here. We've been told that the water is about 2 or triple filtrated, and then we just had the water hose from the tap to the van with our inline filter as well, and then we've got another filter in the van just below the kitchen sink where we use for our fresh water. So essentially, if it's true that it's 2 to 3 filtered by the time it gets to that point, and then another filter with us, then another filter in the van, that's 4 or 5 times filtered. So we're feeling pretty good. We think that's pretty clean. And it comes from the McAllister anyway, which is a really seriously fresh water source. So if you're thinking about where I fill water up prior to coming into this spot, hey, we just filled up when we got here. That was our advice, and it turned out to be spot on. Look, we don't connect the hose directly to the van. I think they said that was frowned upon, I think, but they said you can fill up as needed. So we're just filling up the tanks as needed on today. That's fine. So we're having long showers. We had a long shower this morning. We've got a cracking pump, and we've also got a shower head that aerates the water and pumps it out just as strong as at home. And we've got the gas continuous heating hot water heater. So the showers this morning were just phenomenal. They were just next level. So we want for nothing. There's great reception here. I auto-tuned the digital tellies, and we had, I think, 39 digital stations and maybe 10 or 15 audio stations. So that I like the TV because I like to watch the news. And the breakfast news in the morning, sunrise, something like that, on the telly. And later on today we're going to go, there's no signal where we are, so we're going to put up the RV Wi-Fi and see if that improves it. We are pretty deep in the valley, so I'm not convinced it's going to make a difference, but let's give it a go to see if we can get some signal. Australia is playing the World Cup at the moment, and I like to watch the cricket on the streaming services. So if I can get that, that'd be great. Just so in the afternoon you can watch the cricket. But if not, that's cool too. Don't worry, there's no loss there. All right, let's see what's in front of us. Great swimming hole.
Yeah, you put your donut too.
Yep. All right, so right now there's not many people at Paradise Valley camping location. And she's pretty quiet, and she's just beautiful.
Yeah. We're just taking in the peace and quiet before the
You could imagine these spots here.
hectic.
You know, you set up with the kids here, set up a blanket in the summer, some deck chairs, nice little lunch spot, jump in there. It's deep enough there where you could, you know, have a bit of a paddle with the kids just in there. Wow. Pretty beautiful location. Well, it looks like we've walked now to the end of the line. It's all rockery past this point. Okay, for those of you who are watching this video from, I guess, outside of Australia and aren't sure about how or what wombats are and how they work, this is a wombat hole. Just there. So that's a pretty fresh one. You can see all the earth is all fresh. So that's an active and well used wombat hole. So they're in there for the night, or day, sorry, in there for the day, and they'll come out in the evening. And wombats, for those who haven't seen them, are just like bulldogs. They are all muscle. Hit them with a bike or a car and you're in a world of pain. That's a wombat hole right there. Okay, so we've walked back to our campsite now, but we're going to go and have a look at the river in which we're camped. So here's the thing, where we are right now, we're really secluded. We've just come from a walk and we've seen all the 24, 28 sites, whatever it is. Lots of caravans are coming in, but we're really well secluded here. Have a look where we are. We're tucked down in a smaller part of the valley at the start of the river, and it's a really nice, comfortable flow. You could put the tubes in there with the kids, no problem at all. You feel quite safe, I'd suggest. But we really are tucked in where we are here. What a cracking spot. All right, so we've decided we're going to head into town. We're going to try and find a town and have a bit of a sticky beak. We always like to have a sticky beak at the local town. And let's head out.
My wheels in motion, I'm going crazy for you. I feel like the ocean. I can see you want this too, 'cause you've been looking at me all night, trying to figure me out. I just wanna let you know, and I ain't playing no games, baby, you won't change. I only want you. I wanna kiss you before the sun goes down. It's what you do.
And we're back. We just come out of a lovely little bakery.
Yes.
And
very traditional country town bakery.
Yeah. And we got a nice cafe and a really lovely vegetable and chicken curry pie.
Yes, I had a veggie pie.
Oh, it was the proper curry one too, with the sultanas and the apple.
Just the curry
not just the powder. Yeah. They didn't muck around, babe. I'll give you the heads up. And so we're just walking up the town to the IGA, Independent Grocers of Australia, and just to get a bit more shopping stuff for tonight. And we'll show you around the town. It's a very small town. You go through the whole thing in about 30 seconds, but we'll show you around the town. Yeah, here we go. So that was Hayfield, and we're going to head back to Paradise Valley now. See you when we get back. Okay, so we're back at Paradise Valley. So I've installed caravan Wi-Fi in the van, so let's get it out. Let's get the telescopic up. Let's get the dish on and see if we can pick up a signal. Not really sure if we can, but we'll give it a go. So this is what we're going to do. So we're going to raise this bad boy. We're going to put on the dish. We're going to plug it into the Wi-Fi modem, which I've got installed in under one of the cupboards. And then we're going to try and tune it in. Let's give it a go. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to unlock all the safety pins from the telescopic antenna. So let me show you this. I've got this nice little pin here, which is, it's peace of mind and it's a safety. So this actually goes through here, so that if when we're driving for whatever reason, if I didn't have one and I'm just relying on it being nipped up, if the telescopic part comes out while you're driving, yeah, so you don't want this bad boy coming out like this when you're going around a corner. Okay, so this is our directional RFI antenna, and I had to put these bad boys on here because when we set it up once before, the little birdies were sitting on here. Shy away, little birdies. So I've just got this little fitting here. We're just going to, this is just really simple and casual. It's nothing permanent. So just going to loosen this bad boy right off. And throw it on. So let's fasten her on now. To about the top of the pile. And let's get her on. Now that that's on nice and tight, I like to put a little bit of tape or just whatever I've got in the drawer, just to make this all neat and tidy so it's not swaying in the wind. Cable ties, whatever you got, but just something a bit smart. And I think you can see that, that's our yellow line there. Okay, we can't exceed that. So we're going to push it back in a little bit. Happy with that. And let's nip it up. That's nipped up. So I'm just going to continue now with the tape. So I'm just going to continue with the tape now. Tape her up. Okay, so now that that's done, we're going to raise it up. Let's see. Okay, so that was pretty successful. So there's our antenna. I really don't know where to face it at this point. Just going to keep it there until we've got a guide with our Wi-Fi. It tells us there's different strengths. We turn it left or turn it right. So this mechanism here, it's like a jockey wheel mechanism. You just pull this bad boy out, it lowers down, clicks in, and it's got different positions, of course. I only use the low and the high. All right, so part two is we grab our cable, and there's our ends just over there, and we throw it under the van, and then it comes up to, let's move our chair out the way, it then comes up to here, and you can see just there. So let's unsnap that, and it goes in there, and it just keeps it free of bugs, keeps it free of you know, rubbish and dirt, and it goes up there and into the van. Let's do that now. All right, so now we go inside. So it's gone up, the cable's gone up through there. It's then come up through here, up through this little grommet, and then into the router, which is plugged in there, which is plugged into the power point, the GPO, and we've got the inverter on because all power points are through the inverter. And then as you can see, it says belong 4 or 5G or something or other, and that's actually a Wi-Fi router. So it's throwing a signal all around the van, so we can walk around the van and hook up into that Wi-Fi router, which goes to the antenna and is out, and it's got our own account. We bought a SIM card, and we did a minimum SIM card, which was like $15 a month, and then we gift our excess data, which we have just got terabytes of data on our phones, because every month it just repeats about 200 gigs a month or something. We just gift it to that SIM card so that when you're in the van, we're actually using our mobile data plan, but it's essentially free because it's the excessive data that we don't use every single month that we don't lose, but we then just gift it over to that SIM card. And that's less than $15 a month. And that seems to work well. So just to recap, there's our Wi-Fi modem. It's hooked in through there and then back out around the van to the antenna. It does go into these connections here, these little copper looking coloured connections here, which came with the antenna. That just reduces the size from that size to that size to plugging in the bottom there. I'll just restart that again. And there you go. As you can see, it's got the, I hope you can see that if it's sharp enough, but it's got the belong there, which is our plan. And there we go. So, onwards and upwards. Cheers. All right, so we're checking back in again, and we've had a really good afternoon. We've just been reading and sitting and enjoying that. And we've been watching a progression of vans coming in, some 6 and 7 in a convoy at times. It's been phenomenal. Families love this spot, and they love camping and caravanning. We've got the fire going. Hi there. Got the fire going. And we had a cheeky little hot dog with a bit of cheese and some sauce Susan made for us. Thank you. Later on, we're going to have jaffles in the eye, and oh my God. All right, so this is another one of our bucket lists. We've always wanted to win the caravan, not with just general camping as kids, but get a jaffle iron. And today we bought a double jaffle iron from a general hardware store in Hayfield. Yes, Hayfield, yeah? Hayfield. Let's throw it in.
I wanna kiss you before the sun goes down. I wanna kiss you before the sun goes down. It's what you're doing, making me feel like I'm falling. And when you're moving, I can hear my calling. There's no one else here that I see but you. It's what you're doing that's making me feel like I'm falling.
So here's the thing. It's only a jaffle, but it's more than a jaffle.
Yes, and when it's cold, it's packed with apple.
You mean when it's cold outside?
Yeah, when it's cold out.
Which it is.
Yes, nothing beats
Let's have a look at yours.
a jaffle stuffed with apple and sultanas.
Look at that piping hot goodness.
And it's toasted up quite well.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I mean, we've got to celebrate the small things, right?
Yep. Cheers.
Hey, cheers. Hope you're enjoying yours, wherever you're enjoying yours from. Let us know in the comments down below. Where do you enjoy your jaffles?
And what do you have in them?
Why not? Cheers. Bye.
Yeah, I'm falling in love. Yeah, I'm falling in love.
And good morning. And this morning we've hit the jackpot. What a glorious morning. Let's have a bit of a pan around. And there's Susan waving. It is bright. It is sunny. It's super chilly, but that's nice. That's got appeal too. The river's not as fast this morning. But have a look at that. Not a cloud in the sky. All right, so a little bit of maintenance. We've just noticed that the red light has come on the toilet cassette. So there's nothing for it. Let's go and change it. For those who haven't changed the toilet cassette, let me show you how quite simple it is. And for those who have, well, maybe you want to fast forward. I get that. But the channel does say RV Newbies. So there's our hatch. Okay. This little guy here needs to be lifted up so it comes out from clicking from where it comes out from. Okay. And out she comes. And we just pull her out. And then this guy here, oh, it's like you're going to the airport really. And you got your little luggage case going through security. Okay. I mean the contents, you know, slightly different, but same mythology. There we go there. That's the insides, the workings. The insides of above us is the toilet seat. It's the pan. And we'll close that over now. And we're going to put it in the back of the car. Alright, so we'll throw it in the back of the car. Lid down. Up
she goes. Let's go for a drive. Let's go find the dump point. All right, so let's head off to the dump point. So I don't really mind. In fact, I got no problem at all with changing the cassette. It's part of caravanning. We've got silage. We've got grey water. We've got a cassette. It's kind of the deal, really, isn't it? So let's head off to around the bend here to where the cassette dump point is, or the toilet dump point. Okay, so here's our dump point, and here's a couple of key tips. So on the canister there's a button here. You need to press that button. It's got like an air lock, and it releases an air system depressurizing it. Otherwise, when you open this bad boy to release it, it can give you a bit of a spray. Yeah, you don't want that. Okay, so we're going to open our dump point. This one is particularly clean, which is great. Okay, so as I undo that, I'm just going to let that pressure down there. Got the cap. Cap is off and away. I'm holding that button down while I'm emptying. There you go. I normally wear gloves, but I forgot the gloves. What are you going to do, eh? So once she's in, we then get the hose. Give her a bit of swirl. Give her another fill. I always like to fill it about a third. Give it a swirl around. Make sure she's really nice and thrashed out. Press the button, lower her in. So as you can see, the water is completely clean there. And you know what? One more go, why not? I like to give the canister a bit of a clean. We've washed our hands. Like I said, I normally keep those little surgical gloves, but I've left them back at the caravan. When I get back, I'll wash my hands and disinfect. So there's not a lot to be feared for. Let's look at the dump point. There it is there. Look how clean it is. This one is particularly clean. There's nothing in there. When you open them up, there's no mystery bag. There's no lucky dip like at the church fete. If they're kept well, can't smell a thing, can't see a thing. It's all really hygienic compared to, you know, it's really hygienic for what you're actually doing. And there you go. This is a really good, well-maintained dump point. We're going to close that over now. There you go. So when you open them up, there's not a whole lot to fear. We've got the cassette back in the car there. Let's head back and put it back in. See you in a bit. Okay, so we're now back at Vanessa. Let's take out the cassette. Pretty straightforward to this point, I'm sure you'll agree. Let's open up our hatch. Okay, so now I've opened up the hatch. Let's grab the cassette, and in it goes. It can only go in one way. A nice firm fit. This little banana gets locked down. I'm pretty sure that one that's locked down, everything's engaged. We know that this is tight, it's all locked in. And that's it. And that's the whole extent of changing over the cassette. The whole thing only took moments, and there was no line. I've been in some caravan parks where there's been 3 or 4 or 5 deep line, but that's a good chat. You're all talking around, you know, there on the dump point, and that's it. There's prior to understanding how caravanning worked, it was of some concern. How does that work? How often does it feel? And how challenging it is to change over. But I'll give you the heads up, it's kind of a non-event for us. We just change it. Now what we do is we put these fantastic tablets in. We've got these little round disc tablets, I'll show you in a moment, where this local guy makes it out in the Ferntree Gully, Dandenongs area. And it's one tablet per cassette. You put it in, bit of water, you know, a cup of water, this much or something, and you let it go. And I'll give you the heads up, whatever materials, whatever chemicals that are contained in these little tablets, they are just odor eaters. You can't smell nothing. In fact, all you can do is smell lavender in the bathroom, and I'm not joking. Grab some. I'm not affiliated with this person or his product, but we've had a few different products and we've come back to this and we're never going away from it. You just pop it in and you forget about it. One tablet per change. So let's jump in and put the tablet in and I'll show you what that's about. Okay.
I know.
All right, so back into the ensuite part of Vanessa, and there's our ensuite there. And I should have showed it before, I didn't. When the canister is full, there's a little red light appears just here to say time to change the canister over, which we've done. So the product that we use is Odor Be Gone RV toilet tablets, 3-in-1 use, deodorize, disinfect and cleans. And it's just, so there it is there. We don't know these people. All right, so we take one tablet. That's what it looks like there. Just exactly the same as on the pack. And we throw that in. Just like that. Put a bit of water in there. I put about that much. And then down she goes. That's it. That's it. One tablet. Job done. Use the toilet. Fill it up. Do what you got to do. Empty it. Cycle. Repeat. So there you go. So I hope that hasn't been too traumatic for those of you who've stayed through and forced yourself to watch this subject. But hey, it's pretty straightforward. There you go. And of course, those who took note earlier, now going to wash my hands. There's the sink. Make sure I've got some good strong soap products. There you go. Cheers. Yeah, so good morning. So it's Sunday morning, it's about 6:30, 6:45. The birds are singing away here at Paradise Valley. Susan's in the van, I'm packing up the outside and Susan's packing up the inside. There's some nasty clouds over there coming across. So we're going to take down the awning and clean up the outside stuff because it's quite dry at the moment, but before the rain gets us, and then have a bit of brekkie after that. So we're just going to start packing up and head out and just reflect on what a really cracking spot this is and what a great time we've had. It's been a little bit different to when we normally take Vanessa out, and this time it's been just rest. Lots of walks just within the vicinity, no bushwalks as such, just in the vicinity, and just reading, watching a movie, a bit of telly, that kind of stuff, and just resting. And it's been really, really good. We've both really enjoyed it. So we're going to pack up and we'll catch up in a bit. Bye.
Yeah, I'm falling in love. Yeah, I'm falling in love. Yeah, I'm falling in love.
We're not going to fit.
It's not going to go through, mate. It's not going to go through. How am I going to get around there?
No.
I'll try and go.
We can't go backwards.
Yeah, I know where I can. There's a bit more space back here than there is there.
Come a little closer. I wanna dance with you. Everything's moving slower. I don't know what it is you do. I've been looking at you all night, trying to figure you out. It's what you're doing, it's making me feel like I'm falling. And when you're moving, I can hear my calling. There's no one else here that I see but you. It's what you're doing, it's making me feel like I'm falling. Yeah, I'm falling in love. Falling in.
Sorry, what's meant to happen there? I don't know what I could have done. I'm so sorry.
If we were, when you go down there, if there's two caravans, one's going up and one's going down, everyone's screwed.
Yeah,
What are you supposed to do?
I've got no idea. That's quite dangerous. Drop off outside.
But even going down there, if you've got to reverse the caravan up or reverse the caravan down, it's really quite tight.
Yeah,
It's really quite dangerous actually.
yeah. There needs to,
Anyway,
almost needs to be a
they've got to get a grader in and make a double road.
road, yeah.
Or a red light and a green light.
Yeah, yeah.
You've got one like there's a time when you're going in.
Like a
there's time when
construction,
you're coming out.
yeah. Anyway,
Thank you so much.
no worries guys, enjoy it. No problem at all.
Going crazy for you. I feel like the ocean. I can see you want this too. Cause you've been looking at me all night, trying to figure me out. I just wanna let you know. And I ain't playing no games, baby, you won't change. I only want you.
And here we go. So we're now back. We've obviously packed up from this morning and we've just pulled into
Piercedale.
Piercedale, where Vanessa's home is. And we're about to unhitch and we're going to sign off. And obviously you're not well.
No, bronchitis.
Yeah. So, but it's been a good rested
Well,
camp. But
there wasn't a lot to do there just as well.
yeah, just as well there wasn't a lot to do because you've been out of it and slept quite a bit and snugged up. So it's been a bit of a snuggly type of event, yeah?
A long way to go just to be snugged up.
A long way to go for a bit of a snuggle. That's absolutely right. Anyway, we're going to see you on the next one. The next one is where?
Halls Gap.
Hullscap, the Grampians. That's not far away.
Yeah.
Yeah. And hopefully...
It's a bit warmer.
A bit warmer, but maybe drier. I'd prefer drier
Yeah.
than warmer. Yeah. All right, we'll see you on the next one. Cheers.
Going crazy for you. I feel like the ocean.